Hey, what's up guys? Another windy day, and yesterday I did get the second beam done and that's up. And so today, gonna try to put up all the joists. And the first thing I'm gonna do is actually put up the, I guess you would call it the rim joist on the two ends, just to make sure this whole thing's like all nicely squared up and the correct distances apart and stuff like that. So on these rim joists, instead of putting a hanger or whatever, I'm just gonna bolt those in. The first thing I'm gonna do, I know these need to be 78 inches apart in the inside, so I'm gonna cut those two rim joists 78 inches apart, stick them in. And I just wanna say, I think this is the coolest little spot. When I was digging out all the weeds and thorns and all this kind of stuff, there was just like this half circle of cedars. I don't know, it's just awesome. It's a great little spot to put this tree house. It's gonna end up being really cool. Might end up being a little bit too big for these trees, but hey, that's all right. They'll grow. You know what? This side over here has this nasty knot, so we'll see if we can cut that off. This is 78. And putting this up in place, what I think I'm going to do is, these were some of the boards I was using to support the post when the concrete was curing. I'm going to cut this in half, put it on the top of those rim joists, and that way they can just sit on top of the beam while I'm screwing them in place. There we go. All right, let's set this up. So as you can see, that'll help me get this nicely flushed up while I screw this in place. I'm gonna go with this 6-inch GRK screw. A couple of those, 3 of those in there, that should be pretty strong. And I think I will pre-drill that. At least pre-drill a little bit of it.
Even pre-drilling just a little bit is gonna keep the bolt lined up going in a straight line as I screw it in.
These things are freaking huge. I love these things. I use these on my Workbench project. These are cool bolts.
They make a couple different kinds of those GRK screws. The ones I like the best have a flat head on the top, so it's kind of like having a washer on it. When you cinch it down, it really squeezes things tight.
So I went ahead and took those out because I don't need that anymore. So now same deal over on this side. I wonder if I should go ahead and sink this one up now, because then once I have this other one put in, that'll resist me closing that up. I think that's what I'll do. But I don't know, I'm making this up as I go. Never done a treehouse before. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Because if I had this one in already, and then I try to close it up, these threads that are already in here would prevent it from closing up. I think that was the right call. Dead battery. All right, last one over on this side. Beautiful. So that one's in. Next, I'm gonna go put the other one that's cut to this same length, 78 inches, over on the other side. After that, just double check to make sure this whole thing's squared up. So I'll come back after I put the other rim joist on. All right, got the second rim joist put in over there, and this thing's like seems pretty low on this side, but the ground slopes a lot right here. Anyway, that one took me a little bit longer than expected because I had to cut out a bunch of not a bunch, but some more tree limbs and stuff like that was in the way. But got it in. We're looking good. Everything's square. I measured 3 feet, 4 feet, and then that diagonal was 5 feet. Did that from 2 of the corners, so I know it's all squared up. And so now just need to go ahead and put the bolts in here. A bolt pattern like that and that, or 2 up here, 1 down here. I don't think it's gonna fall down either way, but I'm gonna go with 2 bolts, 1 bolt in the center. I feel like that'll give a good, I don't know, a good surface for this wide bolt pattern notch area thing. Don't know if we're gonna get the joist in today, probably not, but I at least want to get the beam bolted to the post. It feels pretty darn sturdy, just all tied together already, but obviously I wouldn't be swinging like a monkey from it just yet. So let's go ahead and had to go to the store. I went earlier actually and got this 5/8 inch drill bit. Gonna go ahead now and bolt this sucker up. One thing that stinks is that this bit is not gonna punch all the way through to the other side, so I'll just get it in as deep as I can. I'll have to pop something through there to find the hole from the other side, drill a little bit from the other side to get these bolts in. But here we go. I should probably do the first one on like one of the hidden corners, but whatever.
And as I am about to painfully find out, this was definitely the wrong drill bit to use. But it was the first 5/8 inch drill bit that I saw, so I just grabbed it and moved on. And it is really not working well.
Wow, this sucks. Says like this smooth shank and it's slipping all in my drill. Dang, that blows. I've got to be doing something wrong here. No joke, I'm probably gonna go see if I don't have a 5/8 brace and bit for my brace, but I'm gonna go see if I've got something that'll be a little bit closer. Might be a little bit oversized, but I might just do a brace and bit for the rest of these holes because I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but this is for the birds. Screw that.
And here I am putting a screw through approximately the center of the hole to locate it from the other side.
This may not end up perfectly lined up, but it'll probably work.
In my laziness of not wanting to walk to the garage to find a brace and bit, I figured I'd try to finish this first one up with the drill bit, but it is just slipping all over the place.
So I just went and checked in the garage. I had a 9 and a 13. These things are measured in 1/16 of an inch. 5/8 would be 10/16. So I've got one that's slightly undersized, which would probably work if I just took 1 bolt and just, hammered it through. And this one would be like 3/16 oversized. That's what I'm gonna go for here, and then we'll see what it looks like. I think it'll be fine with a big fat washer on there clamping everything tight together. So here we go. One of the first rules of ladder safety is you never brace and bit from a ladder.
You would probably think drilling a hole by hand using a brace and bit like this would be way harder, but compared to the torture that I've been through so far trying to drill these darn holes, this is an absolute breeze. Besides, I'm about 103% sure that I've never even used this bit, so it was nice and sharp on the spur and on the cutting edge, and there's a little screw on the tip called the feed screw that pulls it into the wood, so it really doesn't take as much effort as someone might think if they've never used a brace and bit before.
Okay, got one done. I like that a lot better than that crappy drill bit. I'm sure the drill bit was fine. It's probably user error of some sort.
A few more minutes of some stress-free drilling and I got the rest of these holes finished up.
Now I'm gonna see if I can send a bolt through here. All right, so there's that. Bolted on. Well, I haven't tightened it yet, but I'll tighten them once I get all the other ones in. 1 down, 3 to go. And the rest of them should go a lot smoother because I'm just going to use the brace and bit. And that brace and bit is long enough where I don't have to actually like go from both sides just to get that distance. Once it punches through the end, I'll just come around and just finish it off that last little bit from the other side just so there's not as much breakout. But the brace and bit is long enough to span that full 6 inches without having to do half on one side, half on the other like that 6-inch drill bit was. So there we go. See you guys back tomorrow for the joist. Take it easy.